Hi everyone, good to see you all again. Today I'm interviewing Jenny Connor, and Jenny and I, we both met at the Women Only Wellness Festival, and we're both booked in again for next year. So tomorrow, the 30th of September, that's the final day for the early bird tickets. So Jenny, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello. Hi Lorraine, hi anyone watching. I'm Jenny and I'm from Dalton-le-Dale farm, which is in the northeast, in nearby Seaham in County Durham. I have what was a 24 until recently a 24-acre veganic fruit farm and wild food forests. The whole farm is pretty wild, and it's all about reconnecting with nature's way of farming and growing things, which isn't really farming at all, but it grows things to eat. I recently added another 108 acres of native woodland next to the farm, just so I can keep it as woodland and not let that get developed as houses. So couldn't really afford it, but it needed to be done. The farm is home to the School of Sustainable Living and Wellbeing, which is where learners of all ages can come to reconnect with nature, learn traditional and ancestral skills and knowledge, and do fun activities in nature. That can be school visits or individuals or groups. I run a regular programme of small events throughout the year. And then Nature's Embrace Limited is the business that looks after our accommodation and our retreats and small festivals at the farm. And weddings as well. We're open for weddings too, so you can get married here if you want to, but only very exclusive, only 4 weddings a year, because obviously we have to look after the natural environment and not impact it negatively. So it's very, very sustainable and kind to nature. And then beyond all of that, Cup of Life coaching is where I help people to live their best lives, whether that be an individual who wants to transform their health and well-being, or a business who wants to improve their own performance by improving the performance of their people through improving their health and well-being, which is the key to our best selves.
Excellent. Now, we both love our retreats, don't we? I'm off to Spain on Wednesday, and I can see behind you, you've got your picture of your retreat centre. So the next one is on the 18th of October. Would you like to tell us a little bit about what's involved?
Oh, yes. So our next retreat is a wellness retreat on the weekend of the 18th and 19th of October. So just one overnight stay. Starts on Saturday morning and finishes on Sunday afternoon. It's a chance to stay in one of my lovely teepees, which you can see behind me there. Beautiful wooden teepees. It's off-grid unplugged, so a chance to escape from the bluster and hustle of everyday life. Leave your technology at home. We will allow you to charge your phones, but prefer that you don't use them unless it's an emergency. And there'll be a whole range of very supportive activities to get involved with. It's fully catered, so you don't have to worry about food. I'll be feeding everybody with lovely healthy food to improve your wellness, because we are what we eat, and we should eat ourselves happy at all times. So I'll be doing that, and we'll have meditation and mindfulness, and we'll have breathing and movement. And just space and time in nature, just soaking up that beautiful ambience, which is really special at this time of year. Autumn is such a lovely time out in nature. And then we'll be doing some foraging as well. So we'll find some things to eat. We'll do a bit of campfire cooking. We'll have a little bit of music. If you want to bring an instrument with you, then please do. So we'll have a drum circle, and we'll have sound baths for sound healing. We'll do a bit of forest bathing, tell stories, share thoughts and conversation, and create community and friendship. So it's just a lot of loveliness all wrapped into one weekend.
Sounds great. How often do you do these weekends?
2 to 3 times a year, not too many of them. Just like weddings, we have to look after the farm and the environment. So, and we have all sorts of other activities going on, schools visiting and everything. So we need to make sure that there isn't a negative impact on the ground. So yeah, about 3 times a year for the retreats.
So you've got a good balance with a mix of different things, and you've got your coaching. Would you like to give us an example of a success story where you've helped people?
Oh, so many. What to choose? So my coaching is a mixture of 2 approaches in a sense. So one approach is all about nutrition and making ourselves healthy and feeding our bodies with everything they need to be as healthy as possible, because our bodies actually are so intricately connected with our minds and our brains, and our thoughts and our feelings, that if we haven't got the nutrition part right, then it's very, very difficult to get the rest of it right as well. So that's one arm. And then the other arm is root cause lifestyle medicine, and finding past traumas that are affecting how we live today. So if I choose a client from the nutrition side, a recent client of mine is a type 1 diabetic, which is unusual because mostly I deal with type 2 diabetes in my coaching practice. But this gentleman, type 1 diabetes, and had been experiencing a lot of tiredness, exhaustion, not able to participate in what his family was doing every evening because he was so exhausted after working hard at work, early starts, late finishes, driving a long way, lots of pressure, couldn't sleep, which made him even more tired, carrying a bit too much weight, very difficult to control his diabetes, his sugar. So he approached me to try and help. And so what he did was he changed his diet completely, and he was very dedicated to doing this. So he wasn't someone who was iffing and butting about whether or not I can change something. He was very sure and very certain that he was totally invested in making changes to improve his health and his life, and for himself and his family, because he was missing out on his family and they were missing out on him. And within a matter of a few weeks, he had completely transformed himself, and he was sleeping better. His diabetes was under control, like he's never managed to control it ever before. He'd cut his insulin use down to a third of what it had been before, which was quite phenomenal, which just gave him the feedback he needed to know that he was doing the right thing, because his body was positively responding to the changes he was making. So he was able to sleep better, lost the excess weight, lots of energy, really enthusiastic, went and did the Great North Run after, and he hadn't even really trained for it. He just decided he was going to do it anyway, and hadn't really done any training, as it turned out, but still did the Great North Run and succeeded and got to the end okay, and he's still fine, no injuries. So what he'd done was very beneficial to him, and lovely to see. It's just so rewarding for me to witness people becoming their best, healthiest selves, because the answer is actually really easy. It's not a difficult thing to do, but there's so much confusing information in our world of media that it's really hard for people to know what to believe. There's a lot of fake news. There's a lot of slanted, it's not exactly fake, but it's not exactly true either, advice out there, which is generally to somebody else's benefit, not the person receiving the advice. So it's lovely to see people finding the way through that, to me, to actually get the results that they need and desire, and go off and live a really happy life. So that's good. There's so many other things I could, but
make that change, don't they?
It's phenomenal. I mean, I've said it before, and I've said it again, but and I know it's not going to happen, but if everybody changed the diet to the way I teach tomorrow, then within 3 months the NHS would be saved, and all the staff would be sitting twiddling their thumbs, not knowing what to do with themselves, because chronic illness would be completely changed and transformed. Many chronic illnesses that we are led to believe we're stuck with for life, and need medication for life, that's actually not the truth. Many of them can be unpicked. Our bodies are so good at healing themselves, if only we give them the right materials to heal with and the opportunity. The body is an amazing creation of nature, and our healing capabilities are enormous. We just don't know it, and nobody tells us unless we go and find out.
Yeah, times are changing though. There's more
Times are changing. Let's hope they change quickly.
Not quite quick enough, but they are changing. Obviously,
Yeah.
I teach, energy healing, and when people start to realise the changes that can be made, the transformation is just amazing.
It's phenomenal, isn't it? And the lovely thing about energy healing, and it's some of what I do is a bit similar to what you do, but not the same. So in the root cause lifestyle medicine, I use tools like EFT tapping and EMDR, QMB. And if the client actually is a little bit skeptical about it, but is happy enough to go along with it just because they're almost humouring you, it still works. It's so magical. It's like having a little magic wand in your hand. But you can help people so much with things that have been troubling with them for such a long time, and they haven't understood how to unlock that, just through the power of the mind and the energy around us. It's quite phenomenal.
It's stuck energy, and it's sometimes you can see it like lift off the face, can't you? As though it's gone. So
it's lovely.
Thinking about all the different styles of coaching that you do, a lot of people there experience things like burnout. What would you recommend to begin with if they're feeling overwhelmed and they're burnt out?
Well, the first step is to recognise that the situation that they're in. I've been there. I've burnt out more than once, and you don't necessarily see it coming because you're too busy trying to deal with everything that's on your plate. And it's very easy to miss the signs that something's going wrong, which might be not sleeping, might be forgetting things, you're missing appointments because you forgot all about them. There's all sorts of things that can be little hints that you probably got too much on your plate and you're not really coping with it. So the first step is to recognise that that's happening to you, and the second step is to actually decide you're going to do something about it and not just carry on. And if it means taking time out, if you're at work in a heavy pressured work environment, you're not indispensable. A lot of people think they're indispensable in their jobs, and they may be kind of really important, and the work they're doing is really, really valuable. But at the end of the day, they're not indispensable, because if they burn out and kill themselves off, then somebody else is going to take their place. Something else will happen. So you can actually just tell yourself to take the step away. And if you need to take time off work, take the time off work. And if you need to take 6 months off work, as I did, take 6 months off work, and take that time to do something completely different. That doesn't mean you have to stop and sit in your house and do nothing and contemplate your navel for 6 months. It means you have to do something that takes your mind outside of where it was. Change the scenery, breathe in the fresh air, get outside into nature, let that green healing and all of the lovely phytochemicals from the plants help you to put yourself back together. My light's just gone off, hasn't it? And give yourself a chance to heal. And then, of course, there's so many aspects to wellness. There's the communications, there's the connections we keep, there's the movement and exercise that we either do or don't do, there's what we eat, fundamentally important. There's how we manage our stresses, what sort of activities we can do to manage our stresses, breathing, mindfulness, meditations, walking, whatever it is. There's so much. And then just, I think, and importantly, and something that isn't often done, is making sure that what you're doing, how you're living, is aligned with your own true values and beliefs. Because a lot of the time, outside influences in our busy lives can convince us to make decisions and choices that maybe aren't quite what we would do if we really thought about it. So a lot of people are living a life that's slightly out of sync with their inner beliefs and values. And until you actually take note of that, there's always something going to be wrong in your energy. So there's a lot to it. But yes, the first steps in burnout are to notice that is happening, take time out. And if you need professional help to help you, then obviously seek that out. And so coaches, mindfulness practitioners, many people can help you to put things right again. And then when you're ready, get back into the world, but with your new set of aligned beliefs and values and boundaries. Make sure you've got boundaries for what works. And if you've got toxic people in your life, just get rid of them.
Excellent. Oh, you sound like me. I say to my clients a lot as well that saying no to someone else is actually saying yes to yourself. So some people are a bit too people pleasing, but I say
Yes.
you're allowed to say yes to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, and not feel guilty about it. And that's what we tend to do. I suppose we're brought up. Is it just women? I don't think it is just women. We're brought up to kind of help and serve and care and look after and raise and not really think of ourselves first. But actually, it's a bit like the plane when they advise you to put your own oxygen mask on first. If you didn't, you'd be no use to anybody. So you have to look after yourself. And so prioritizing yourself, as you say, Lorraine, just say no. Just say no is saying yes to you. There's an alternative to you saying yes, and that's you saying no, and some other solution will be found.
Yeah, and sometimes it's as easy as just not right now,
Yeah. Okay, I'll do it, but I can't do it now.
And it's, so important that you recognise it before it gets too difficult to deal with, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And before we finish, I'd just like to congratulate you on your upcoming award. I'm sure you're going to win.
Who knows? But it's being there, being part of the day and the evening is going to be something really unusually special because of the nature of the businesses taking part. And it is really quite joyous and exciting to have spiritually aligned businesses with their own event and awards as well, because it's kind of almost an afterthought in every other business setting. It's a kind of the poor cousin, and oh yeah, well, we'll let them in, but we don't really understand what it is they're talking about. So it is really quite unusual, and it's going to be amazing. I can't really wait to see what the daytime conference is going to be like. I'm really looking forward to that. Purposely haven't taken a stall because I want to enjoy it. It's a bit selfish. That's me saying yes to me and no to something else.
So did I. I want to watch all the events and be involved in all the talks.
Absolutely.
Some of the speakers already on some of their podcasts, and it's obviously going to be a really big event. It's the first of its kind, isn't it, in the UK?
It is, yeah.
There's that lady coming in from America, and it's it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
So sure great for both. So have you got any final thoughts for our listeners before I let you go?
Any final thoughts? Look after yourselves is really important. And if you don't know how to look after yourself, then do seek out some advice from professionals such as Lorraine or me and many others who also work. Sorry, spotty dog climbing on me again.
You can, it's fine.
So she wants to be part of the action. But yes, look after yourselves, and when you need to, take advice, take guidance, seek help. It's don't be embarrassed to seek help. We're not very good, any of us, at asking for help, but actually it's quite refreshing and freeing the first time you do, and you realise that people will help. It's quite amazing. It's a lovely feeling when you realise that there are people who will help you. which is not something, we're all so independent, aren't we? All so independent. But yeah, so if you need some help, seek it out. Seek out professionals like Lorraine and me and many others who can set you on the right track and chivvy you along and celebrate all your wins with you, and find out where it is you're really going.
Well, that's great. Well, I'll see you in a couple of weeks at the awards. And,
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Details in the links below to all the events and everything.
Thank you.
So yeah, great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.